I feel like so many people are going to hate me for this one. It's like a mind-blowing thing. Like every makeup artist will tell you that I'm your pro bestie. I'm going to be telling you exactly what you need to hear. I've seen too many people make these mistakes. I take this very seriously. I've got a whole list here that I've accumulated over time. Apologies in advance for the bluntness, but someone gave me a mic. Number one, stop doing your makeup in a rush and expecting it to be smooth. Because it ain't gonna be smooth. You need to make time in your schedule to make your products dry before you powder them. If you are in a rush, please just skip out on the cream bronzer and the cream blush. This is just going to make your skin wetter and it's going to take longer to dry. The time that you would use for the bronzer and the blush, use to just fan your face with something like this. This is the real MVP. This is a portable fan and it's electric. Can you hear that? ASMR. Let your skin dry with this fan for maybe like 30 seconds. It will make a hella amount of difference when you're in a rush. Then your powders won't cling to the creaminess of your face and you won't get patching on your face. Don't worry, I'll link this down below. Number two, this is a big one. Just because it is on social media doesn't mean it will look good on you. Very blunt, I know. I see too many people struggle for years trying to attempt a wing liner when they can just use an eyeshadow and smoke it out like a smoky wing liner. Less hassle, usually looks more flattering on people with hooded eyes, and it gives pretty much the same effect. If you're trying wing liner and it's still not working out for you, ditch the liquid liner and just go for an eyeshadow instead. Honestly, it's a game changer. I've got so many people onto this and it is so stress-free because you can just smudge it with your finger if it goes wrong. If you want me to do a tutorial on this specific technique, please let me know in the comments because I will definitely do that service for you. This is why a simple black eyeshadow is just 10 out of 10 in your makeup bag. Number three, using water-based foundation when you've done an oily skin prep. Now, this is a big one and I'm going to talk slowly so that you guys can digest this very well because it took me a while to kind of get this into my head, so I don't blame you for being confused when people say water-based and oil-based. Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk is a water-based foundation. The NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation is an oily-based foundation. So in the ingredients list, if you look online, you will see the oil goes quite high up, maybe in the first 3 ingredients of this foundation. With the Giorgio Armani, if you look at the ingredients list, in the first 3 ingredients in this is aqua, which is water. In terms of mixing, this is what you've got to know. So oil and water doesn't mix well. Like, we all know that. We've got to prep our skin accordingly to the foundation we're going to use. Obviously, that requires a lot of thought power in our planning, but it will save you because if you're in a rush and you do apply a water-based foundation onto a oily skin prep, you're going to get separating within an hour and that's going to stress you out even more. So what's more stressful, planning ahead or being stuck with a separated foundation? Before I even do my makeup, I decide what foundation I'm going to use because that is so important to what products I put on my skin for skin prep. My favourite skin prep is this, which is an oily based moisturiser. Skin Food Light is one of my favourites. It's quite sticky and it adheres to makeup really well, but I love to use that with the NARS Radiant Longwear Foundation. If I was going to use my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, I don't have it right here, but I would use my Kiehl's Ultra Moisturiser, which is basically a water-based moisturiser. And that would mean that those products would gel really nicely on the skin and it won't separate. If you don't understand, please let me know in the comments and I will try and explain it, or even better, do it in a separate video. We're on to number 4, which is probably the one that stresses me out the most with clients, and that's removing your makeup with micellar water or wet wipes, makeup wipes, whatever you want to call them, baby wipes. Because what we learned in point number 3, oil and water do not mix. So makeup, like mascara, is made from oil. If you put water on it, or a product that's mostly water-based, it's not going to remove it very well. You need to make sure that you're using an oil-based makeup remover to take off your oil-based makeup. I hope that makes sense. Wet wipes, exactly the same, do have a lot of water retention in them. That's why they just smear makeup all over your face, and it's not good for your skin at all, because when you use a wet wipe, it just moves the product. It takes a little bit off, but probably 60% of the makeup is still pretty much on your skin, and it kind of builds up around your hairline, which isn't very fun. What I would advise instead would be a double cleanse. I know it's extra. You see the girls on social media do it, I know, but double cleansing is the way forward. First cleanse is to use an oil-based makeup remover to take off your eye makeup and your foundation, especially if it's an oil-based foundation. You want to make sure that that is all melted off your skin. And then the second cleanse is using a facial wash to get rid of any oil residue on your face, so you are squeaky clean. The girlies don't do that on social media to just have fun. Honestly, it works if you want clear skin. If you want your skin to apply makeup well the next day, then make sure you get rid of all of the residue on your face. As soon as it starts sitting in the pores, which micellar water and wet wipes will do, then you're going to get spots. Number 5 is using a tinted moisturizer and expecting your spots and redness to be covered. A tinted moisturizer is literally what it says on the tin. It is a moisturizer that is slightly tinted. If you want them covered, you're going to have to go to a medium to full coverage foundation and not just use a tinted moisturizer. I see this far too often. Clients sit in my chair and they say, I just want a natural look. I just want maybe a tinted moisturizer kind of look. But then they've got a couple of spots they want covered and they say, oh, you could just put a bit more concealer on. No, that's not how it works. The reason foundation is full medium coverage and light coverage is because of that reason. You need to layer up your products to cover. You can't just rely on one concealer to cover a spot. Concealers are good, but they're not that good to be covering spots that are like really red and really raised on the skin. It's like a mind-blowing thing. Like every makeup artist will tell you that no matter what foundation you are wearing, you can make it look natural. For me, I am a natural girly. I love the natural look, but I'm not kidding myself. I do get a lot of redness around my nose and my chin and my forehead that I like covered, and a little bit of a dark circle under my eye. That tinted moisturizer just doesn't hit for me, because halfway through the day it will come off my face. I need to use a medium to full coverage foundation, so there is a nice full coverage layer underneath, so that when the concealer comes off, I then have a bit of foundation underneath. Nothing's natural these days, so what even is natural? Do you know what I mean? Even a tinted moisturizer isn't natural. Number 6, the more colours you use on the face, the more natural you will look. Again, coming back to the point that I've just made, there's no such thing as natural, trust me. But if you do want your face to look more natural, then the more colours and pigments that you use on your face, the actual more natural you're going to look. If you look at skin real close up, like with a magnifying glass, you'll be able to see, just like your hair, loads of different pigments and colours to make up that skin colour. And that's the same with your face. If you put one colour foundation all over your face and expect that to look natural, it's not going to look natural, because real skin is made up of loads of different colours, like so many different colours. So actually the more colours you put to the skin, the better. And what do I mean by this is, you can put foundation on, a little bit of cream blush, which gives like a more pinky, rosier tone to the skin. Then you can put a little bit of bronzer, which gives a bit more brownier tone to the skin, a warmer tone to the skin. Sometimes I even put it up here onto my forehead, a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin. That's literally my secret to making makeup look natural on my clients. That tip is for free, guys. That's literally my whole career in one sentence. Number 7, buying cheap products and then wondering why you're breaking out the next day. Just because they look good on the skin when you apply your makeup doesn't mean they're a good product, because they could break you out the next day, which a lot of cheaper products do, unfortunately, because they do skip out on the ingredients that are more expensive. Everyone knows that I'm a NARS baby. I absolutely love NARS. They infuse skincare into their product. If you use that product for a while, like the light reflecting foundation, for example, skincare infused, so actually your skin looks better over time because of the products they use. It's not always the case where higher end products have skincare infused ingredients in them, But you do want to watch out for that, because on cheaper products, you want to make sure that they actually are kind to your skin, because some of the ingredients they use in there that are cheaper to replace the other ingredients are not skin friendly for a long period of time. So sometimes it's worth spending a bit more on the product so that your skin is better in the long run. This one actually really gets to me, you know. Number 8, hating on lashes because you're a natural girly. If you find the right lashes, they will look natural on you. Trust me. There's ways of applying them that make them look so natural. If you're wondering why your eye makeup isn't popping and you're in that category of like, I don't wear lashes because I just think they're too much for me, and you look at other people on nights out and you're like, why does their makeup look so good? It's probably because they've got lashes on. You don't even understand the amount of times I've had to convince my clients to put a lash on. If they ask me, I'm always like, stick a lash on. Trust me, it just elevates your makeup look. It makes it look 10 out of 10. It draws everything into the eyes. It's just, false lash is like the best invention ever, and you're missing a trick if you don't wear false lashes. And that is all I have to say, other than with the right lash is also really important. There are a lot of plastic lashes out there, kind of are synthetic looking and reflect light and make them look quite fake on your eyes. I have got you covered because I have a lash brand called Queen Girl Lashes. I will link it down below. We are a hemp eco-friendly lash brand, but we create the most gorgeous, natural looking glam lashes you can even imagine. I use them on all my clients and they're literally like, my God, they are stunning. Number 9 is setting sprays don't actually set makeup. I feel like so many people are going to hate me for this one, but I might have some arguments and it's quite controversial. But yeah, setting spray doesn't actually set makeup. The only reason that it's called setting spray is because of marketing. Yeah, now it's become a thing where you have setting spray in bold on these products that basically just melt your makeup together. But there is a reason for that, and there's a good reason for that. It's because they know people are going to touch up throughout the day, and if you touch up and your makeup is set, it's actually really hard. There's only one setting spray in the top of my head right now that I can think of that is an actual setting spray, and we've been using it for years in the makeup world. It's the Cryolon Fixing Spray, and it's called a fixing spray because it fixes the makeup like cement, quite literally. It's like you almost can smell the chemicals going on your face and it creating a film over your face to like protect it from anything on the outer exterior of the world. That is setting spray in my opinion. Or sealer. Just remembered, you can also use a sealer spray, which again has been used a lot in special effects makeup. Actually does what it says, it seals the makeup so it literally doesn't move. I do really like this as a setting spray, but it's not a setting spray, it's more like a melting spray. Is this one here. It says no melting, no fading, no creasing. It doesn't actually say, oh, it says primes and sets. Primes and sets for up to 16 hours. Sorry, I got really distracted by the sound that was making. No, that's just a solid no in my opinion. That will not set my, like I've used so much of it already. It's really good at melting the makeup together, but it will not set the makeup. So if you want a setting spray, I will link the 2 that I really like down below. Oh my God, we've come so far. Number 10, going to makeup brands and asking for advice on what makeup products to buy. I have no disrespect towards people that work on a counter. It's great for makeup artists, quite frankly, but they are sales assistants. They're on commission, they have incentives to sell more, and of course they're going to sell you their products. So if you want a non-biased opinion, don't go to like a specific makeup brand, go to someone like me. So I've just started offering personal makeup shopping. So even if you're not in my area, I can do it online. I've been working with a lot of different makeup over my years of experience as a makeup artist. I am a TV makeup artist. I've been buying and personal shopping for my TV makeup job for the last couple of years. And I realized that there's not actually an option for people to get personal makeup shopping advice from a pro that is not biased. So if you want some help in terms of your makeup bag and you have like a budget in mind, please give me a message on my Instagram. I will pop it down below. Basically, it's where I get to shop your makeup bag for you and you get to use some of my Makeup Pro discounts, and we kind of figure out what products that you actually need, and you don't need to like waste your money on products that don't work or aren't your shade. Pre-menstruating, so this was probably more blunt and honest than I intended. Have a lovely evening, guys, and subscribe if you haven't already. I hate saying that, but like subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.